I can't get my camera to hold still this morning. How are you this morning? Yeah. Angela, that sounds pretty. I'm gonna have to make one of those for this book. And I'm not the best hand at making charms. I do all right, but I'm not the best. There's always, I don't know, they just lack a little something. Pulling out some background. I went through my book last night and I come up here to clean, and I thought I'd sit down and see where I was at and if it dried all right. I got to looking at it, and I thought that'll look like 100 pages to me, and I got to counting, and I was off. So I went in and loosened up some of the glue on some of the pages and pulled them apart because I'm not buying another one of these. Mailing this one's going to be enough. So I just am I fuzzy this morning? I didn't even look to see what my camera settings were. Uh, Good morning, Vicki. How are you this morning? I'm early this morning. I've got to go out and mow this just as soon as I can get the grass dries up a little. And I'm not looking forward to it because my grass is about knee high. Girls, I need to check my camera settings. This is not clear. It's not clear on my end. Yeah. Well, I glued all them pages together, and yeah, I think I'm gonna go out of the stream and come back and see if my camera settings are right. So my kids had it yesterday. Could be I just need to clean it. So if you just bear with me a minute, I'll see if I can set it. I'm not gonna go. Okay, I'm back. Does that look any better? Better? Everybody's gone.
So cute. Okay.
Good morning, everybody. I went off for a minute and had to set my camera settings and come back, and there was nobody in the room. I had Vicky here and Angela Chronic Crafters for a minute. I hope they come back. But my kids had this. Angela, are you back? Good morning, Sue. I am seeing it this morning a little bit. It's slow.
Well, I think you're going to go no, Mama.
Sweetheart, I will in a while.
Well, a while.
Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this live stream first, okay? Good morning, honey. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm glad that somebody's coming in. I've had such bad luck with this thing that I'm surprised anybody watches my channel. Yes, Tom is up and about, and he was up early this morning. Yeah, Amber has a wrench. It's showing up this morning even. And my camera, what was wrong with it earlier was that it was just flat dirty. The kids had handled it all day yesterday, and it was filthy. It needed a little cleaning. I'm trying to find my guide sheets on this journal, and I can't find them. Do you have smart powers going too? You're gonna have to leave for a little bit, won't you, to go back to take the kids to school? I'm waiting to see if you're good this morning. Oh, wow. Well, I can't find it either. So I don't know. Maybe it's in my little booklet over here. I've got all my papers. Yeah, there's part of it. I went online yesterday and downloaded some images. So I just thought I'd come up and put them in the book and wait for the grass to dry. I've got to mow this morning. Oh, I don't want to, but it's not getting done. So it's just getting worse and worse, and I've got to get out there and get some of it mowed if there's any gas. And if not, I guess I'll have to make a trip to town to get gas. But I think I'll have both kids today. So yeah, it's going to be a a wild day. I'll tell you what, they were wild yesterday. They fought and they fussed. Yeah. Honey, you can't walk a straight line. I have a riding mower because I have uh, just about an acre to mow, maybe a little more. And I've been cutting it down. I've been drawing it in last few years. I told my son, I said, I don't need to mow all this stuff. Yeah. I had to set Miss Annabelle down yesterday. She was screaming and just absolutely upsetting Tom to no end. And and so I told her to come to me, and she wouldn't come in. And I finally just walked in, and my blouses always look so horrible in this camera, girls. They're all too big for me. I haven't lost in my belly, but I've lost in my shoulders and my legs, and then anyway, hi Vicky. Vicky's got her wrench. Anyway, I grabbed her up and set her down, and she started in for crying for mama. I'm glad you're back, honey. Anyway, I set her down, and she cried and cried and cried and cried and cried, and I finally grabbed a hold of her little face and made her look at me. And I said, you will hush and you will listen. And she told her mama she didn't like to spend the night with me because I was mean, but I have to protect myself and Tom just a little bit because they can run over us. 5 years old and 9 and just run over. You just run over us like it's nothing, So, yesterday was not the best day that I have ever had, but it was all right. Internet was messed up, and boy. Well, that's not the sheet I need, girls. I hope there's more in here. Cause, uh, if not, I'm going to be hollering, what's the next prompt? Because I have no clue where they are. I have just sewed nothing. I've done very little prep work on this book. Okay. Let's see if I can find them things. I downloaded some bells and some owls. And look at this owl. He's on Wish. I thought he was awful pretty. Yeah, that happens. That's my book. That's my book. That's my book. Uh, okay. Does somebody want to give me the prompts? I don't know where they're at. in. Okay. Well, now I loosened up some sheets last night and made me a little more room to work in, because I was going to be 4 sheets short. This is the scavenger hunt. So I went back in here. I think I went right in here. Okay, page 51. Newspaper. Yeah, I don't have any newspapers, so we're going to have to skip that one or go. What's one of the alternative prompts? Do you have them? Or just demons? Teddy bear, purses, and brooms. All right, I've got some bells, and I turned to that page. Let's see it. Is that page 50? See, I think I'm off on that one anyway, so I don't think it'd make any difference. Now, a poem I could probably do. I've got some poems that I've written. Okay, I've got newsprint, and then cupcake liners, and then bells. Does that sound right? Good morning. How are you, Kim Marie? Yeah, I'm too. It's been a while. You're at work, huh? I am too. I got up tired this morning, and the thought of having to mow just doesn't. Okay, I can put my bells in then. I'll do that. So, I did find some bells. This is an ugly bell, but it's going to be different than anybody else has. That's a Bigfoot bell that actually sets in the forest. Now, isn't that weird? That is a Bigfoot bell. And then I downloaded these chimes, or bells, which were from India. And then these 2 images. So I'm just going to cut them out and just arrange them on the page as best I can. Well, my numbers are off now because I had to loosen up some pages. So I think that I have got perfume bottles on that page. So my bells are going to have to go back up here because I got off. I don't know how I got off, but I got off because I'm off. I'm a little off this morning, girls. I was off every day. I am. Okay, well, it's going to be 52 in mine. And that's what I'm doing. I'm not going to worry about it. You know, when they get this, they're going to look at this and they're just going to open it up and start looking. I don't think they're going to check the list to make sure it's all in right order. I wouldn't. I wouldn't even know whether they'd missed something. I mean, I want to get them all in there, but yeah. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of that when you're jumping around too. And I'm having to jump around because I have to do what I can get when I can get it. Oh, girls, before we start this, Ray sent me some happy mail. I was hoping she'd come in this morning. She's, oh, yes, I've got mine. First thing. You don't know how many times I forget them. I forget the names all the time. That's the reason why I just stayed with my name on my channel. I started to change it to a crafting name, and I thought I wouldn't be able to remember who I am. I would have to I'd have to ask somebody what my name was to be able to get on. Hi, Jane. Me too. Grab that coffee, girl. Let's have a little chat time. I'm sure not in any hurry. It was really wet outside this morning. We had a heavy, heavy dew. So, in fact, I'm not sure it didn't rain a little bit last night, even though they said it wasn't supposed to. You betcha. Mine was made for me this morning. My grandson came over and made coffee this morning early, and so he makes strong coffee though. Is it really? Oh wow! It's just 7 a.m. this morning here. Well, 7:25, but I had to load mine down with some creamer this morning to drink it because it was strong. I couldn't stand it. Wow. Angela, have you had any sleep? The times are so crazy. I never know what time is a good time to go on. I just come on when I get ready to come up the steps. Once I get to where I can come up, I just say, okay, let's do this thing. And sometimes I turn on the camera long before I'm ready to. Because I am on my first cup of coffee. And yeah, I did. I stayed up late last night. Um, First cup of coffee, and I've not even had my first cigarette. So I'm yeah. Wasn't quite ready yet, but it was time, and I figured I'd have the kids, and but they've not come over yet, so I don't know what's going on there. Good morning, Jason. It is a big cup. It's But you know, it's amazing that this holds very little more than a regular coffee cup. Hi, Christine. Oh, Sue, thank you. But it's oh, I was so hoping Ray would come in. Happy Ray. I was sure hoping to see her. She sent me a package and it is so nice. I put Carla had said she would be a wrench on. I put Pat Stubbs on. Uh, which she said they're not always here this morning in this early morning. Amber's got my back. She comes in almost every morning, even if she's driving. I do that a lot when I have people here that don't like smoke. I go outside and smoke, and I try to keep my house freshened up. It's not always. I do a lot of bleaching. And it kills my lungs, but I do a lot of bleaching. Yeah. I don't, it's just me and Tom here, and so I don't really, but I try not to smoke in this area. I will say occasionally I do if I'm really into something. But I have a living room in there that has a great big sliding glass door that I can go in there and open up, and so I don't have to be right on top of things. And do you know my dad quit for 40 years, Vicky, and he still would follow people around that smoked. He would I would go out on his front porch when I was taking care of him, and he would come out, and there was two chairs on one side and two chairs on the other side, and he would come and sit right on top of me while I was having a cigarette. And I'd say, "Daddy, I was going to smoke." He'd say, "Oh, it won't bother me." I think he done it because he liked the smell of them. Yeah, Amber. I I quit after having pneumonia. I quit for, oh, I guess probably 4 or 5 months. I had an aide that smoked that was here, and she'd go outside to have a cigarette, and I followed her outside one day, and I said, "I sure wish you'd give me one of them cigarettes," and she did, and I went back to it. And of course, my family had a complete hissy because I don't need to be smoking, but hey, Christina, or Christine, I'm sorry, not no A on it, just Christine. Good morning, Carrie Ann. How are you? I thought about trying some vaping, but I tried it once and it made my lungs hurt worse than the cigarettes. It is Christina? Well, you know what? I'm going to have to put my glasses on. I've been saying Christine all along. Of course, I just glance up. Most of the time, I just kind of glance up and catch that as it's rolling by. It's easier when you're in the chat. I slept hard last night. I slept hard last night, and that always makes me more tired. Honestly, I think I'm better off when I walk the floor. I will put my glasses on and get a little closer to this. Okay. So do you go by Christina or Christine? Good morning, Brenda. In my fibro brain. In my fibro brain, the one I really have trouble with is Janina. I cannot get her name straight to save my soul. I can when I see it, but when I'm doing something, I will call her Denise. Yeah. I never can say it right. That's what I need to do, is just use D. Well, I don't know if she's going to come in this morning. It may be a little early for her yet because, it changes all over. But I can't wait any longer. Y'all have got to see this. Look here. I have... I'm going to put you down. Look at this bundle of napkins. I have, they're just absolutely gorgeous. And she did send me a little card. Aww. And this is cute. She said, hi, Mary. I was watching your stream today and you said you don't have many napkins. Well, I have more than the law should allow, so here you go. Have a crafty blast. Ray. And isn't that a pretty card? She sent me some pretty... And look at her index card. Isn't that gorgeous? Hi, Ray. I was just talking about you, baby doll. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just opened this up. Yes, I did. I love your card. I just read it and I read it out loud because it's so cute. And this card, this is beautiful. You need to do a tutorial on how you have made this. This is so pretty. And it's sewn. Look at it, all that sewing on it. There's beads, there's gems all over it. It's just so pretty. I wish you could see the shine on it. And then this. Oh my gosh, Ray, this is so cute. Look at the jeans. It's done on an index card, and it's sewn, and it's got pattern paper and burlap type fabric, or not burlap, but yeah, heavy. I can't think what it's called. Muslin, thank you, Ray. And then she's got her laces over here and the little heart. And yes, bling jeans. I love them. I love it. I think that is so cute. And it's all sewn. It's so pretty. And then the napkins. Oh, hummingbirds. I love it. And pineapples. And leaves. Okay, girls. This is ours. Amber, come back here and read this napkin. I've got to put this on a card. That is so cute. I think we ought to have that on a card. That's what we ought to start our live stream with. I think I'll just do that from now on. Laugh until you tinkle. Because we do that. We do that. I love it. I love our chat time. It's too early in the morning to, to really get really into the crafting. You got to ease into it a little bit. You got to ease into it. Oh, I need to bleach my mop. Butterflies. Oh, mermaid. I've never had a mermaid. Love it. And then butterfly. And then count your blessings. And oh, I love this one. Isn't that pretty? That is really neat. A peacock. And I love the birds. That'll go in my bird journal. And this one's got little birds on it. Yes, now I have napkins and the hummingbirds. Those would be so pretty in my journal. Love, love it. And these would go in it too, because it's going to be botanicals and along with the birds. You can't have birds without having some flowers and stuff. Look at that. I love that one. And more shells. These are big. These are really big. And flowers. And speaking of flowers, didn't Melissa do a pretty layout the other night? And pears. I wish I had her talent to collage things together. She can just see those things. And I love this one with the music on it. That's so pretty. And purple butterflies. It's gorgeous, Ray. They're gorgeous. And more shells. Oh no, I don't collage like she does. She can just put that stuff together in a theme and it just looks so pretty. You know. And the bird house. I have some bird houses outside on my porch. I'm going to take you girls out on my porch with me. I swear I am. We can sit outside and have some coffee and visit. Silverware, which is really cool. That looks like uh, uh, okay, the blue plates and dishes. Not blue willow, but the other one. Oh, shoot. I'll think of it later. I love that. Woohoo. And this. Oh, I love the roses. And this. These are so pretty and so delicate. I would have my room papered in that if I could. In that. And I do hang wallpaper, but you can't afford to buy it anymore. It's so expensive. And that. I look for it at garage sales and pick it up at garage sales and you know, sometimes I can get enough to do a border or something because I do like it. And it just kills my son is just like, well, I came back. I didn't think I was going to. It's just my phone should do my Wi-Fi. Hang on. Maybe that's what's part of what's wrong. No more. Okay. Okay, you're not there? You can't see me? Okay. Because it says name. Now what? Uh, okay. I'm not touching that phone again today. Not while I was offline, I did light a cigarette, so got to put it out now. I sat here and kept watching it till it come back on. That's what my internet's been doing. Hopefully they will come out here and fix my satellite so that my Wi-Fi connection comes through. And actually, if I wasn't using the Wi-Fi, we could probably do this on the phone. But it's not as clear. So that's the problem. But every time I go in to look at my videos, I just cringe at the buffering and the stuff that's going on. It's because I'm not moving. Still no picture. Hi, Clara. I'm having trouble with my internet again this morning. It's hard hearing that. It has been crazy, but uh, it's been out of whack for quite some time, and it just finally got to where it just completely disconnected. Last night when I was in Stacy's room on her live stream, I just all of a sudden it was just gone. I didn't have any, and it never did come back. I tried until probably 1 o'clock last night, and it never did come back on. So there was something interfering with it. I think they need to move it. I think it's in the wrong location. I've got a big old tree out there, and I swear to God, they put it right in the middle of that tree. Well, they didn't put it in the middle of it, but pointed right straight to the middle of that tree. Hi, Clara. How are you this morning? I'm so happy you girls come to see me in the morning. Hi, Sierra. Yeah, it's been a rough start here, too. I've been in and out and faded and I don't know what all. And I'm can see I'm buffering, so I hope it's not buffering. I'm not buffering, but I can see that I'm focusing in and out. So I'm hope that's not buffering on your end. I'm just kind of waiting to see if it'll clear up and just having a little coffee and chat. Oh, honey, Ray sent me those. I tell you what, girls, you don't know how much I love you all. Girls that she wants some vintage ephemera, and I've got a book full. So I'm going to run her off some ephemera, and I'm going to get a set of the paints like I got from the dollar store. Um, if they've still got them, you know how the dollar store is. Sometimes you can get them, sometimes you can't. But they were it was just a primary set of paints. And you know, I've done a lot with them. And I'm going to get her that and some, they won't be real good brushes, but I'll get her a couple of brushes. She can do background and do some media work. And I thought my Dollar Tree has nothing like that, but if I can, I'm going to go to Springfield and get a stencil of some kind for her, and or I may send her one of mine. You guys have been generous and sent me one. I may send her one of mine. Um, but she has no supplies. Look at these tags. Ray, you have got to do this for us. You have got to do this for us. This is so, so pretty. I'm telling you that when my internet gets fixed, I want to have a Hangouts. There you go, Sue. I can't afford a lot. I don't have a lot of money. You all know that. That my income is extremely low. But uh, I haven't been in Emily's stream in so long, and I feel bad because I love to watch her. She is so talented, and I so enjoy her. But oh, wow, Sue. Do you? Well, maybe I can come in and see you then, because I haven't caught one in a long time. And what time do you go on? I thought about doing a Facebook live stream occasionally. Uh, Around 5 Eastern. Okay, so that'd be around 4 for me. There's an hour's difference. If I'm done mowing by that time, I sure will. That reasons I haven't seen you in Divas is because that's kind of my nap time. Oh my gosh. That's so sad. Yeah, I usually lay down every afternoon and that is heartbreaking. So I tell you, you know, people, I will give you anything I've got if I can. Oh, cool, Brenda. It's so cool. Um, I just, I will give, but dadgummit, don't steal from me. Ask me, and I'll give it to you. I have no problem doing that. Mm. Oh, honey, you wouldn't be boring alone. You just look into this camera and go talking. Or put the camera down and go to talking. you know, it's I love to hear Amber, and I've never seen her face. She doesn't go on camera, and I love to listen to her. Yes, that's the way I feel. Don't lie, don't cheat, just don't steal. Just tell me you want it. I really can't even stand it. Uh, Sometimes my kids come in and they'll get something that I've got and take it home with them because they're out of it or whatever. Then when I go to get it, I don't have it. And I'm like, just leave me a note. Don't just take it. Just leave me a note. Say you're going to take it. because it just, well, it's just not right. I don't think I ever took anything out of my mom and dad's house that I didn't tell them I was going to take. And my kids do it all the time. Okay, that off. Did it wake you up? Good morning. That's the good morning sound. Tom says, ugh. I'll tell you what, everybody, uh, I didn't think I could do this either. And my sister says, how do you do that? And I said, well, I just look into that camera and I talk to them. I don't talk to myself. I'm looking at your chat, and I've made some awful looking faces in some of my videos. Or it'll stop right when you've got your mouth open or something like that, but who cares? I mean, it doesn't make any difference. Because we all love each other. So it makes no difference to me whatsoever. I have... It's just, you know, it's, I see your heart. I'm not, there's, oh my God, girls, I mean, I've got flaws like crazy. I'm humped over. I've got, I'm not got my makeup on, just barely got my hair combed. I'm overweight. I'm whatever, but I don't care. I don't care because I just, I just, I enjoy this. Well, that's the trouble. Do matter. We all matter. And I think that's the reason, I think that's the reason why I like this, is because everybody that I see in here, they talk just like this. They talk about their lives and the things that are bothering them and the things that upset them, and they may say a cuss word now and then, and they may do something like that or whatever, but it's just normal. If the dog barks in the background, it's normal. That's life. Things are going to happen. If my Annabelle runs upstairs screaming, it's yeah. Yeah, talking hands. That's I talk with my hands all the time, but but you can do that. You can do that on with it down on your paper. No, we don't. There's not. No, I am not perfect, honey. By far not perfect. I have got a temper like you would not believe. I do. Uh, I mean, I just am who I am, and sometimes I get mad. I think that's why I like Stacy too, and Melissa, is they are who they are, and they don't make any bones about it. And yeah, as long as we keep it real and it's honest and true, and you all know I smoke. I've got my habits that are bad. Not that, but I drink a little bit once in a while. Not a lot, because it doesn't agree with my diabetes, so not a lot. But and I never have been a big drinker, but I do occasionally have a drink. But I have a glass of wine now and then, and the other night my kids made me a margarita, and it was delicious. But um, I'm by no means. I've got a bottle of wine in my refrigerator that's probably 6, 7 months old. Had one glass out of it. So it's not like I have it all the time, but it's just me, and I don't care if you know that. Um, and the people who have a problem with that, what can I do? I can't do anything. I can't make them any different. I can't change them. Yeah, we all have them. So it don't bother me a bit. Just do what you're doing. If you're not comfortable looking into the camera, then, like Amber says, just turn it down to your work and talk. Uh, just remember, you're talking to somebody. You're not talking to yourself. It may sound like you're rambling, but you're not, because you're talking to friends. You can tell them anything you want to. Uh, I seen a video again by Kara the other day, and she said, crafting from a bad day to a good one, a bad mood to a good one. And I loved it. I loved it. We've all done that. We've all been hurting. We've all been sick. We've all been whatever. And, it's just us. So it's perfect. To me, we're all just perfect. We are who we are. And we like each other. That's, you know, I've never had as big a group of friends as I have right here on this YouTube with all of you girls. I feel blessed too. I feel blessed to have found you. And my sister said you look so happy. She said you look happy again, and I am. I think about crafting. I think about you girls. I think about, oh, I need to show this to Cheryl. And I've got Cheryl, I have your picture ready to send. And Sue, I made one for you too, honey. Of the cat. I have two of them ready to send. So, that's right. That's right. And there are people that you're going to come across that you don't care for what they do, or you don't care uh, for how they do it, or the whatever. But I try to watch everybody a couple of times before I make up my mind that I'm not gonna like it, because everybody has a bad day every now and then. Everybody has one of those days when they're really not into it, or they're really not up to snuff. Or I do too. I've got so that I just hang on YouTube in my spare time, because it's where I get my adult conversation. Even if I don't actually hear you, it's where I get the adult conversation. And I love that. I love that. Uh, you know, I'm a groupie too. I am. I am. it Vicky, it just makes it go by so much easier when you have someone pulling for you, and you know it, and you can hear it, and you can feel it. I actually feel it when we're all together. I and maybe that sounds crazy that I can feel something, but I can feel you when you're laughing, and I can feel you when you're sad. And I know when you need a hug, or or something different. And I'm sure that you girls all feel the same way. You can just feel it coming through there in what they say. Yeah, yeah. Well, I can't get out much. I have things here that has to be taken care of, and I can't get out much. And I heard enough that I don't want to get out sometimes. Right now my shoulder's killing me, and I'm dreading that mower because it will just beat me to death. But I've waited 2 weeks now with a mower sitting in my front yard, and I'm done. I'm done waiting. I'm ready to mow. Brenda, I've had it. I have been there. After my Tom was born, I got to where I could not leave the house, and I would actually lock myself in the bathroom when someone come to the door. And it took me a long time to get out of that. But honey, you have to do it one step at a time. One step at a time. My mother would make me go to town. And I was so paranoid that I couldn't stand to be in line to check out. So she would, we'd go to a line that didn't have many people, and I would go in front of her, so she was behind me. I could take someone in front of me because I didn't have to get too close to them, but I couldn't take someone coming up behind me. So she would put the cart between me and her. I mean, I could take her being behind me, but she would put the cart behind me. And that was not good to see. That was my weather. It said numerous thunderstorms expected today. And sometimes I'd just be in a complete state of panic by the time I got out of there. But I kept doing it. I kept doing it. And it was so hard. It was so hard. But, and my sister says, well, I'm afraid that you're doing it again. And I said, Kathy, this is a whole different thing. This is forced. I'm forced to be in this situation. And actually, I have made myself quite comfortable by being on YouTube and being in connection with people and being back doing my crafting and my artwork. I have become really comfortable with being uh, in the house. But there are days when I just say, okay, it's time to break this cycle. I've got to go. I've got to go. Yeah. So Brenda, I know what you're going through, honey, and I understand. And so I'm glad you have us, because it makes a lot of difference to have someone that's got your back when you're feeling that way. Yeah. Yeah. That's yeah. Well, but that's good because you are getting out. It's not a complete agoraphobic. Yes, you have some problems, but it's not, you know, at least you're getting out, even if it is just late at night. It's, uh, and that's what I thought. I mean, yeah, yeah, that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for, is just to say, hey, been there. It was not good. Got you back. I panicked too. I did. I used to. I'm not so bad anymore. But my husband and I decided we would open an auction. And I'm telling you that made me have to come out of my shell. I had to say, okay, you know, hi, Kathy. Then I'm going to get out and I'm going to be just fine. The first one, I was a nervous wreck. And after a while, I got to where, these were just people. These are just, they have the same, they breathe the same. And my aunt told me this, and I'm going to tell you this, all you girls. They all put their pants on the same way. Now, it doesn't make any difference if it's man or woman. They all do it the same way. So, we're not any different, no matter if we're rich or poor or good or bad. We all do it the same. So, I just kept that in my mind. Okay, they're not any different than I am. They're not any, they don't, they might have more, they might have less, but they're not any different than I am. So, anyway, uh, I was going to work on my book and I was going to paste down some bells. I haven't started it all. Um, I'm going to, I'm going to start. I'm going to trim some papers. I love our chats. I love being able to talk and talk about it because, girls, I've never really told anybody that I did this. That I was like that. Except my sister knew it. I just, you know, you get to where you just, something happens. There's something that clicks in your brain that says you just can't. And panic is not fun in any form. I mean, it's so, you know, it's just, I just can't imagine. And I still have some once in a while. Uh, it's very hard for me to go to now, uh, to go to the doctor's office with Tom alone. Um, I'm afraid of what they'll tell me, you know. Oh, my husband did that too. My husband did that too, and it was awful. I'd shake him and wake him up. Breathe. I've got to tell you a story. that makes me think of this. I had some friends that, these people came from California and moved down here, and they moved to a farm. And I mean, this woman went native. I mean, she was making her everything. You know, she made her own cottage cheese, and she raised goats, and she had a milk cow, and she was had chickens, and she ate all organic, and she was just, she went native, and she didn't go to the store unless she absolutely had to. And she had been a prison guard. Hi, Cheryl. And she was just as rough as a cop. I mean, that woman, she was mean. And she was. Am I breaking up, girls? I hope not. Anyway, this woman was just as mean as. But I loved her. Her husband had been a professor in a university, just as mild mannered as he could be, quiet, totally the opposite of her. She was the prison guard, and she acted like one. She had a mouth like a sailor. And here he was, so intelligent and mild mannered, and of course she was not dumb, but he was just totally the opposite. So she worked him all the time, and they were old. I mean, they were when this happened, this story happened, they was well up into their 80s. And she had decided that he was allergic to the sun. So she would not let him go out without a hat, long sleeves, complete long pants. Of course, he was 80, so always wore long pants anyway, but, he couldn't go out in just a t-shirt. He had to have the long sleeve button-down shirt and flannel at that. She wanted him covered. And he went out, and he come in the house, and he had a heat stroke and just went to the floor. And she decided he wasn't breathing, and I don't know whether he was or not, but this sounds like her anyway. So anyway, she was on top of him doing CPR. And when he come to, I think he just passed out, but when he come to, she was sitting on top of him doing the CPR. And he says, "What in the hell do you think you are doing?" And she said, "I'm a saving your life, you SOB." And she never called 911. She never called anybody. She just jumped on top of him and went to doing CPR. Didn't even know whether he had just passed out or whether, he was not. She hadn't checked him. And she said, "I didn't check him." She said, "I knew he was dead." So she just decided that she rescued him. Oh, they were funny. They were funny people. They had 2 dogs. And they would eat one piece of chicken. That was it. One piece of chicken was all they got in a serving. That's all she would give them in a serving. And she had goats and cows. She had a cow that she milked and chickens, and she just went. She come from a city to the farm, and she just went native. Is what I said about her. And so the chickens were just in there, honey. But she did cook chicken all the time. But she cooked it for her dog. She would cook a full chicken. They would eat one piece, and she would feed the rest of it to the dog. And I'm telling you that that dog was that wide. Could not hardly even walk. And it was a big dog, but it was so fat it could barely walk. Who said naked? I didn't say naked, did I? But yeah, but a dog, I mean, you don't see dogs. I'm telling you that he was at least, he's wider than me. And I mean that. Uh, and I had to go to their bathroom one time, and I pulled me off some paper, and when I come out, she said, "You used more than one sheet." I said, "What?" She said, "You used more than one sheet." And I said, "Yes, I did." She said, "We don't do that here. One sheet." I said, "Okay, I'll remember that." Never went to their bathroom again. I was like, "Oh, no, 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 no. Because that's not clean." That's, I'm sorry, but that's not clean. One sheet. And she meant it. Uh-huh. That's that's just exactly kind of what I thought. Angela is. Well, she wasn't very big either, but I know. I know it was absolutely, and yet she would give you anything she had. She was rough, and she meant what she said, but she would give you anything she had. And she loved my brother to no end. She thought the sun rose and set on him. And but she was a listening. I'm telling you how she knows. And she was making sure that somebody wasn't using her toilet paper. That's all there was to it. I'm telling you, they're long gone. They've been gone for many, many years now. But I did. You couldn't help but leave there, and you would just gripe and carry on about what they did, and then on the other hand, you'd get so tickled that you couldn't stop laughing at them. I mean, it was always an adventure to go to their house. No kidding. I thought, I'm not going there again with that Kleenex or something. And I just wondered about her husband, how he was so quiet and so mild-mannered, how he ever put up with her. And yet they just seemed to be, they'd been married forever. So, you know, maybe he just let her go. Yeah. Yeah, Sue, you're right. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you. I've had some, I don't know, I've had some fun things happen to me, and I've had some bad things happen to me. But like I said the other night in chat, you got to keep that smile. Keep that smile up, girls. Smile at everybody you see, because it's just amazing how many people need that smile and how many people will give it back. It happens in the strangest places and at the strangest times. You can meet an angel, and I believe that. I think I found a whole mess of them when I decided I'd start crafting. Well, I'm gluing a little bit. I'm putting my bells down. It's just going to be just the 3 pieces, and I'm not going to fussy cut them. I'm not going to do any background on them. I'm just going to glue them down. I could fussy around on this page, but if I'd made it all one type of bell, I probably would have. I don't think I'm going to have room for my Indian bells if I put this one on, but I love that. It's not anything that anybody else is going to have. Well, unless you Google it. And you can Google it, my friends, if you want to, because I'll never know it. I may cut that other one down a little bit. See if I could dot them around. Let's see what I could do with that. Maybe fill in some spots. See my pretty bells? I got one of the ugliest ones, and then I got some pretty ones. I'm just going to put them on the side. I'll tell you what, I've got to go to the store and get me some decent glue. You bring your own toilet paper, yeah. Thank God I didn't have to holler at her and say, do you have any Kleenex? Because we do that around here a lot. Bring the Kleenex. Okay, now the other thing I've got is owls, Amber. Where's the owl page? I'll show you my bells. There's my bells. Yay! You've got some art. Oh, the glitter art glue or glitter glue? Yeah. Owls is number 99? Really? Gosh. Let's see. 82. 88. Okay, and I freed up 89. That's 90. I'm going to have to free up some more pages. What I did to free them up is, girls, I went in and took the glue out from between them. What number was Belle's? It doesn't matter. My numbers are off anyway. I had glued them all down, and I just went in and stuck my hand. You know, I used, when I could get a spot open. You can't always do it. Yes, I love that stuff. It's good glue. And, okay, like on this page, see how I've got it started? That glue stick If you get your hand in there, you can work those open. And you can make more room. Because I've done it several times now. You have to work at it, and it's a little bit slow, but and you try not to tear your page apart. But hi, Sybil. How are you this morning, honey? Well, this is afternoon for you, but how are you, darling? It's good to see you here. I'm taking pages apart in my journal. It's so good to see you, Sybil. I got your message on my video. Thank you. Hi, Joey. Is that the way you say your name, honey? Like J-O-Y here. Okay. Sybil, what are you doing today, honey? I know you're working at something. You are such a hard worker. Okay, I got that one loose. Got to put a little washi tape on it. Because it did come loose. A little bit right down the line. Sybil, are you working outside today? I tell you, that woman's always got something going. All right, Angela. Good.
Well, what do you want to fix to eat or anything?
Honey fixes. I'm telling Tommy. He said, what are you going to fix to eat? And I said, fix you some. I ain't coming downstairs yet. And are you doing a lace book, Angela? Oh, wow. Well, thank you, honey. Oh, how neat. Well, I can't wait to see it. Oh, you haven't started it yet? You're just going to do it? Well, if you need anything for it, you holler, okay? Okay. What are you almost done with? Hi, Emily. So good to see you this morning. And Joy, how are you this morning? Crafty Kitty. It's so good to see you, Emily. I just opened up Happy Mail from Ray, and I tell you, I was so thrilled. And I'm having to unglue some of my pages in my book so I have enough pages to make it through. Because I'm not sure I'm going to have enough. Did you just use one sheet, Angela? Just one sheet's all you're allowed, you know. Emily, are you going live today, or are you going to wait and go on Divas tonight? I'm yelling again. Why do I yell at this thing? Don't let me yell at you, girls. Say, Mary, you're yelling. Stop it. Goodbye, Sybil. I think I must be. Thank you. I'm serious. I catch myself doing that, and I'm just like, why? Why am I doing that? I don't want to talk so low that nobody can hear me, but you know, I don't have to scream. Okay, now I've opened up a few more pages. Okay. Now I did my bells. What's after bells? Wait a minute. Okay, I put my bells back over here. Where did I put my, there, right there. I got newspaper and cupcake liners. Sybil, you be careful of what you're doing today, because I know you're probably out working like there's no tomorrow. I'm telling you, that was the funniest thing I ever heard in my life. When I was just stunned, I was like, one sheet? Okay. Number, yeah, I don't even know what number this is now that I've opened up extra sheets. What's after planets? I know, and I know they get their feelings hurt when they get yelled at. I don't want you all to have your feelings hurt if I'm yelling at you. Leave a quarter, Amber. The old Kmart building in Springfield used to have pay toilets. I thought, talk about cheap. You had to put a dime in the slot before you could get in to pee. I'm like, what if you don't have a dime? By the time that they always had a broken one. They always had a broken stall that you had to hold closed, but people did, because they didn't have a dime. I think a lot of people crawled under the doors. I really do. Might have pennies, might have quarters, might have nickels, but that doesn't mean I'm going to have a dime. I know, there's no toilet paper. So, what was between planets? Amber, have you still got your pages out? I can't put my owls in. Where's... Okay, what's between planets and dots? Yeah, there's nothing as sad as not having that dime when you need it. Sunset and sunrises. Well, I've already done that one on a different page too. My God, I've got this book so messed up. I've got my sunset and sunrise between the perfume and the toys. And then I have planets. Well, I'll tell you what, there's been a time or two that I've about went in the bathroom to find out what the heck was going on with my Tom. It's been a funny one, that's for sure. I had to tell that story though, because it just come to my head, and I thought, oh, I will never be able to deal with it if I don't tell it. I don't think so either, Emily. I'm not going to worry about it, but I don't know what to put on that page. I mean, because the whole rest of the book's going to be out of whack if I don't try to get it a little bit in order. Well, I read one that I thought it said belts, and then turned around and looked again, and it said bells. Unless I was looking at another prompt. So I have done bells, not belts. Okay, I have no clue. Because I can't find my pagers. I've got owls and I've got a unicorn. Where does the unicorn go? We don't know. In my book, we don't know. I think I'm close, but... Okay, that means I've got to count all these pages to see if I can get it back in order. 2, 3, 4, and I had them numbered. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17. Okay. What's number 49? I know. Number 49 is puzzle pieces. Oh my Lord. I am so out of whack that it's pitiful. I, I am way, way out of whack. I did number my pages. And I still got out of whack. Yeah. I'm sure Tina's going to love this because I am just all over everywhere. Okay. On 49, I have down this newspaper. And my other one is so missed. Okay, somebody. I've got newspaper. I've got napkins. Hi, Shazzy. I'm off my rocker this morning, honey. Okay, I've got napkins as number 1. I need help. Okay, number 1, I have napkins. 2, I have stamping. I know, honey. I'm just and 3, I have collage. And 4, I have faces. Okay, I'm just going to hold it up so the girls that hadn't seen it can see it. And then I've got words. Am I right so far? And then I have flowers. Okay, and then I have washi tape. And then I have the place where I live. And then I have black and white. Is that right or wrong? Okay, I'm going to go on unless you tell me it's wrong. Okay. And then jewelry. And then music. And then my tree. And map. And then book page. And dictionary page. Okay. And then my quote. And I only have one. I didn't do quotes. I just did one. And then my circles. And then my animals. Okay. I'm following Amber. And then my game. My game piece. And then food. And Amber, this is for you. And then ice. My eyes. And then my lips. Okay. Okay. Okay, and then you got the lips. And the arrows. I've gotten out of whack on my pages and I don't know where. Then receipts. And stickers. And then my cards. Feathers. Which I need to put a peacock feather in this now that I've got one. And my transportation. Okay, what? Is that okay so far? Am I right to there? Okay. Then my shoes. And then my hearts. And then keys. Well, wait, okay. Okay, is that where I went off? Shoes. I was good to there. Okay, I flipped the shoes and the hearts. The keys and the hearts. Okay. But they're okay. Okay, and then butterflies. And my stamp. My stamping. Or my stencil. That's what I'm trying to say. And then, okay, and then birds. I think this is where I got off. And then my Christmas page or my holiday page. Favorite holiday. Okay. And then my tissue. And girls, there is tissue under this. I've also got some black paint on it. There's tissue under that. I just got carried away decorating. Okay, and then I went to cartoons. Which is what I had written on the page. Okay. And then another collage page. That's what I meant. Okay. And then my ATCs. My initials. And my numbers. And then stamps. And hands. This is too serious. This too serious. I can't stand it. Hands. I've lost my chat. I've lost there. Okay. I'm good so far with the hands. Okay. And then windows and doors. And then stars. And the art bar. And then buttons and puzzle. Okay. Am I still good here? Or is this where I messed up? Okay. I've got buttons and puzzle. And then I've left this one blank, but here's my bingo. And after bingo, I have newspaper. Okay, that's what I've got written. And then on this side, I have cupcake liners. Right here. And I have bells here. Okay. I've got cupcake liners, bells, and then fairies. So, this is where I've messed up. There's newspaper. I wrote cupcake liners twice. Okay, so I've got newspaper. And this is where the fairies was supposed to be. So, I'm going to put cupcake liner here. Which is what I've got down here. Because I'm off there anyway. Then I've got... Okay. But I've got my bells there. Are they after the fairies? Because, see, then I've jumped pages. Okay, so after cupcake liners, what would go here on this page? Just ignore the fairies. I have perfume bottles here. Okay. This is just going to be all messed up. It's just going to be all messed up. I've got them all, but just out of order. This is my sunrise and sunset. I think I just skipped that couple of pages. That's probably two I pulled apart to make room. And then I've got the toys and the planets. And then I've got the dot. Okay, I've got the planets. I have that here.
Mama, when do you want to go outside to mow lawn?
So I'm thinking that, yeah. Okay, so whatever is close to these is what I need to put in here. And then get straightened up after, maybe after the dots, if I can. Okay. Okay. I need to... Okay. Newsprint and cupcake liners, I need to get that in there. And then fairies and... Okay. And right here, I've skipped a page. So, between the fairies and the perfume bottles, I've skipped a page. Maybe I should just put one of the extras right in there and then just start on. I'm thinking I should just drop in a cupcake liners is between perfume and fairies. Okay, I can do that. And put the newspaper print next to the bingo. And then I would have one empty sheet. Okay. because my bells, my fairies and my bells are switched. Okay. All right. I've got one empty sheet, but that's okay. I will put an extra in there. I'll just put an extra in there if I have an extra page. If I don't, I don't. Yeah, I've got the newspaper, but then on the back side I will have an empty sheet. So Shelly, you just don't know how bad this has been. I've been iced up. I've got, yeah, I've got bells written down next to the dots. So, I need to go get some cupcake liners, but I'm really wanting to put my owls in. Okay, the cupcake liners was what page? Maybe I should number these again. I've got bells on the brain. I do. I can't find mine. I don't know what I've done with it. It's laying here somewhere in this mess, girls. I've got a journal going over here. I had my other journal going last night, the Flocker journal, and now I've got this scavenger hunt journal in front of me and papers that I've run off. And I've got a few of the prompts, but I only have 2 sheets of them. I don't have the third one. Or the fourth one. I started at 72. So I don't know where they went. But I have a unicorn and I have owls. That's what I've got left to do. And oh my, let me go get some. Well, girls, actually, I hate to do this, but actually, even though we haven't done it much. Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry, but my internet just decided it would go out. And I see a lot of people have dropped off, and I'm so sorry about that. I'm crazy. Anyway, girls, it's getting hot, and I need to get out there and start mowing. So I'm going to go off here, and I'm going to put my cupcake liners on the back side of the bells, and then I'm going to start from the fairy page and go from there. I have figured that out. Whatever comes after fairies is what's going to go next. So, what comes after fairies, Amber? So, anyway, girls, I'm sorry about the cutting out. My satellite, I am on that internet, and my satellite has gotten turned in the storms. And so that is what has been going on with the buffering and all the other stuff. It's just out of whack. And it is now, this last storm just took it almost completely out. So my internet just goes down and it stays down. And so I'm really, really sorry about that. And Emily is fixing to go live. And Amber had a video that she was wanting to do. And so I need to get out of the way of somebody else and let them come in and get out there and go to mowing before it gets so hot that I can't stand it. So I love you all. And it's been so much fun today. I've just had a blast. I know, once again, we've not done a whole lot of crafting. Well, we did. We straightened me out, and that's a big job. That's a big job. So, you know, if anybody can do that, I just love you to death, and I thank you. So, but anyway, I need to go and, like I said, get this mowing started. And while I don't have the children, I don't know why I don't have them. I guess Mama's off today, which is an odd day for her to be off.